In this video, we're going to show you how to turn an old medicine cabinet into a hidden storage unit. And yes, that message was upside down. For as long as I can remember, this medicine cabinet that you saw in the intro has been sitting above our bathroom sink.
Since Andy brought this YouTube channel stuff up to me about, making secret compartments, I've been thinking about all different ways to make secret compartments. And I thought, hey, how about if I make a secret compartment behind a medicine cabinet? But they didn't come to me, and I had a stinking dream about it, and well,
that's what we're gonna do.
Yep, let's go.
So obviously, before we could start building the actual cabinet, we had to disassemble the old one and get it back to the shop. Once we did that, we had to rebuild it so that it was square, and so that we would have a frame to go off of for the rest of the project. After that, we had to carve out some pockets with our router for our hinges. This is so that there wouldn't be any friction between the wood and the hinges when you're trying to open and close the door.
So the plan that Dad has for this project, or the one that he has in his mind, is that the old medicine cabinet that you saw in the intro, that is going to be our secret compartment. And the new medicine cabinet that we're going to build is, we're going to design it straight from scratch. I don't know how this is going to go, but here we go.
Since we're always trying to create our projects in the cheapest way possible, we're using our trusty 3/8 plywood to help form our back, sides, and 2 shelves. Once we had all our pieces cut, we put on our dado blades so that we could put some dados in the sides of the cabinet so that our shelves have something to rest on.
It's a good job for me.
Hey, there you go, you got one in.
If anybody out there has a better way of shooting nails into thin wood, I'd like to know.
If you've never made a cabinet before, getting it to stay square is really hard. So whenever possible, try and use as many clamps as you can to make sure all your edges line up correctly.
So before we move on, we have to put some reinforcements in this corner because the mirror that we're putting on, it's really heavy. So we just want to make sure it's reinforced so that nothing breaks or wears over time.
Another reason we inserted these reinforcements was so that when we attached the hinges for our secret compartment, the screws would have something to dig into rather than just hanging on to the 3/8 plywood. As we were installing our hinges, we realized that there was still some excess wood blocking them, so Dad just grabbed the chisel to knock them out. Then, we had to take it home to see if it actually fit in the wall before we moved on.
Now that we know that the cabinet fits in its place at home, and we got it back at the shop, we got to fit the mirror on this end here. Doing that, we're going to take this apart so Andy can go over and paint this. So when we stick it in the wall, it's ready to go already.
While I was painting the old shelving, Dad was cutting the trim pieces that would support our mirror. As we stated earlier, it's a really heavy mirror, so we just wanted to make sure that it was reinforced so that it really wouldn't fall off.
Alright, so this thing is 90% done. All we have left to do on it is stain it, make some trim pieces that are going to conceal the compartment at home, wood burn it, and put the lock on. Yeah, that's it. that how you know you spell that? Oh my gosh. I spelled laughter wrong. Ah. No. That'd be pretty funny if I did though. L-A-U. Yeah. Okay, usually I'm a good speller. But, yeah. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? I'm obviously not smarter than a 5th grader. This camera messed me up. That's what it is. There we go.
And you put it upside down.
Huh?
And you put it upside down.
Are you sure? We'll go with it. That's a joke, man. Laughter is the best medicine. It's upside down. We planned that. I planned that.
This is going in like this into the wall. So,
That's funny. That's cool, though. I like that. That's funny.
all right. So the
Now typically we don't wood burn our plywood, but because the trim pieces look so nice and caramely, we decided to do it just a little bit to kind of get it to match the outer rim pieces.
It's on fire. Put out.
Because the paneling in our bathroom is so dark, we decided to go with a dark walnut stain to try and match it. After that, we glued in some magnets into the outer trim pieces so that when we shut the mirror, it would actually stay shut.
So now that the bulk of the workload is done, the only things left to do are install this bad boy and put these trim pieces around the edge at home. You didn't see us making these because Dad went ahead without me filming, because that's what I film. And so you didn't get to see him make these. These are not like the other trim we did. He did angle cuts, which are fancy. And
The reason why I did
he's
the trim-
crashing my steps.
right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to finish wood burning. It was taking forever.
You're taking forever.
Yes.
Let's just go install it.
Even though the cabinet was relatively easy to install, the magnetic lock actually gave us some problems. Scratch that, actually we were the problem. When we were sticking the magnet on to where we thought the lock was, we were actually sticking it on the screws that held the lock in place. So we spent the next 20 minutes trying to rip this thing open when all we had to do was move it an inch to the left. So despite the fact that I would burn the inscription upside down, this cabinet turned out really nice. One thing we didn't show here, however, is that the trim piece that's backed by the hinges is actually too big. And what I mean by that is that when we tried to open the cabinet, we found that the trim piece was actually blocking it from opening. To fix this, all we did is take the trim piece back to the shop and rip it on the table saw.
Look at the people. This is gonna be an awkward outro. Alright guys, We know we suck at outros. See that sneeze there? It screws everything up.
That was a cough. It wasn't a
we
sneeze.
suck at outros. All right? We suck at outros and intros. They're awkward. So you know what? There's only one thing we can do. We're gonna own up to it. We suck at outros. Look, I don't even know what he's doing back there. So if you like the video, smash that like
going home.
button. If you want to share this video, share it and make sure to subscribe because we got more content coming after you. Yeah, it's coming after you. These things are awkward. Let's go. Now that we know that the cabinet fits, I hate losing my train of thought like that. Okay. What? It's annoying. You're too busy filming. Well, no, I'm good. I just had to get it to where they could see.
Get white glue.
Would you stop telling me to wipe up glue? That's all I do.
No, here, you can do. Easy.
I barely went in at all.
See what I gotta put up with?
You say that every video. You don't have to put up with nothing.